really whatever this is comfortable for you. Um, Again, meeting your body where you are today, not where you think it should be. And again, thank you for showing up today, um, not just for me, but for yourself. I appreciate that no matter where you are. I'm glad you are here, and no matter what you look like. So, again, find that comfortable seated position, wiggle around if you need to. I have my coffee near me. Take a sip if you want. All right, so today to start, we'll just kind of get some wiggles out of our body and then focus a little more on breath. So, again, wherever that comfortable seated position is for you, I'd like you to begin to deepen your breath with long inhales, long exhales, eventually seeing how long your inhales can be, maybe a count of 4, and your exhales maybe getting to a count of 5. I invite you to keep your eyes open or closed. If your eyes are open, please just take a soft gaze in front of you and try to stay on one thing. And just so you know, you might hear my breath. I am practicing Ujjayi breath, breath with sound. If that is part of your practice, feel free to engage in that breath work. Or if there's another form of breath work that you enjoy, feel free to do that. Your hands can be placed wherever on your body, wherever it feels comfortable and nice. Trying our best to sit in good posture with our shoulders over our hips, elongating our spine. If you're in a chair, you can have your back up against the back of the chair, or if you'd like to, set up against the wall. Feel free to do that as well. And whether your eyes are open or closed, it does not matter. Begin to make circles with your head. I'm not going to give you too much instructions on that. Just whatever feels right and what your body is asking for are the type of circles. Keep breathing. And it doesn't have to just stay in your neck. Your shoulders can join the conversation as well as your spine. I just ask that you breathe. And rotate directions, which might feel a little funny. It's okay to take it slow at first. And then begin to add whatever you need to add, the shoulders, the spine, or maybe nothing on this side. And when you feel like you've completed enough circles, come back to a still spine. Maybe shrug the shoulders, move them forwards, backwards, up and down. Anything that feels good here on those shoulders, that nice, waking them up from the bed. Because if you're like me, you rolled out of bed pretty close to time for this to start. I'm not going to tell y'all what time I got out of bed. All right, rotate the direction of the circles of your shoulders. All right, come back to a somewhat still body. Again, I never want to tell you that you have to do something. I'm here merely as a guide to encourage you to try things that maybe you haven't tried before. If it doesn't feel comfortable, don't do it. If your body is asking for you to do something else, do that. If your legs have been crossed this whole time, go ahead and switch which leg is in front. So my right foot's coming to the back and then my left foot's coming in front. Again, this can feel funny. Make those adjustments that you need to do. If you notice, if your knees are becoming difficult, like it's hard to hold them up, you can always place books to prop them up on, or pillows, or a rolled up blanket if you need that. Feel free to do that as well. I would show you, but oh yeah, the books are right here. So if you were sitting and you needed to lift them up, you can do that as well. Actually, that feels really good on that side. So feel free to do that, and you can totally judge me by my books. It's fine. All right. We're setting here. Hopefully you've found some comfort with that switch I just asked you to do. What I'd like you to do is place your left hand either on your leg or on the ground, wherever it feels comfortable, and then lift your right arm over to the other side of the room. So cross your head towards the left side of the room. Here, we're just wanting to feel a stretch here on the right side of the body. So feel free to make adjustments however you need to find that. If reaching your right arm over your head starts to get uncomfortable, feel free to place your hand across your chest. And breathe. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. Before moving to the other side, I just want you to take a moment. Your hands can be placed either with your palms up, ready to receive, or if you'd like to place your hands down because you need to stay into you, that is fine. Or place your hands just next to you, wherever they are. Just take a moment here. Again, your eyes can be open or closed, your preference. I invite you to do what your body needs you to do. Check back in with your breath with no judgment. If you haven't been paying attention to it, go ahead and begin to deepen your inhales and exhales. And go ahead and place your right hand, either keep it there on your thigh or to your side. And on your inhale, lift and reach your left arm across your head, reaching for the other side of the room. If this is uncomfortable, feel free to place your left hand across your chest, still lifting those shoulders up and over, almost like you have a ball on the right side of your body that you're trying to lean over. And please don't have your right arm locked out if it's on the ground. Have a slight bend in the elbow. On your inhale, come back to center. Exhale. Stay center. Going to stretch our necks a little bit more here. So if you have a neck injury, feel free just to focus in on your breath. Please, please do not push your neck to any pain level. Let's not play around with that. It's not worth the injury. So if you have mobility in your neck, feel free to take your chin over to the left side of the room and begin to move your chin up and down wherever it may be to find a stretch on the right side of your neck. And again, find that placement of the chin that feels good for the right side of the neck. And you can even give yourself a nice little massage. Yeah, massage. With your left hand if you would like, or just hold your right shoulder. Again, whatever feels good. Remembering it's gentle. It does not have to be a deep tissue massage or a deep tissue stretch. Just kind of bringing awareness to this part of the body. On your inhale, come back to a neutral head. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And begin to shift your chin to the right side. Finding that stretch again in the left side. Well, not again, but on the left side of your neck. Just finding what feels right for this side. Knowing that our bodies are different on each side, which is not a bad thing. It just means you're human. And so this side may look a little different than the last side, and that's okay. Don't hold any judgment to yourself for that. On your inhale, come back to a neutral head, moving the body or staying still, whatever feels good for you. right now in this moment. Keep breathing. Be here now, wherever here is for you. Adding a little twist into the practice, take right hand over to left leg. Left hand can reach back behind you. You can also lean back into this, kind of, again, that placement wherever it feels right of the left hand and right hand. We're just adding a little twist here. Your arms can even be reached up, back, forward, just a little twist. Doesn't have to be intense. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, switch sides. Left hand comes to right leg. Finding that twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, release. Adding our legs into the conversation, and it doesn't matter if you're seated in a chair or on the ground. If you were on the ground like me, go ahead. You can take, if you're sitting on something, go ahead and take that out. If you're on the ground, go ahead and place the soles of your feet on the ground, and you can place your hands behind you, just bringing our legs into the conversation now and moving them gently from side to side, whatever that looks like. If you are seated in a chair, feel free to do the same thing. I don't have a chair near me, I'd show you, but just kind of move your legs from side to side. Your soles of your feet on the ground as well. You can be leaned back all the way onto your elbows if that feels good. Wherever you would like to be. And go ahead and bring those ankles and feet. Go ahead and start rolling them. You can roll one foot at a time. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my foot's popping like crazy. Yeah, so is my ankle. All right, just keep rotating them. You can add the legs in if you'd like, or if just rolling that foot feels good, do that. All right, and whenever you feel like you've had enough movement of the legs, go ahead and bring your spine to a neutral position. If you are seated in a chair, feel free to join us on the ground, but if you are unable to get to the ground comfortably and stay there, that is totally fine. Stay in your chair. You can still join us with these leg stretches. I'll just give you some variations. So first one is left leg straight out in front of you, and then bring your right foot as far up on your left leg as possible. So that can be your inner thigh. It can also mean your calf. If you're sitting in a chair, same kind of concept. Your leg is just going to be bent, and just try to bring your foot up, maybe eventually to your knee. But again, let's not have any discomfort in this right knee. If there is, and you find that you need to put something under it, you can roll up your towel and place it. It doesn't have to be right under the knee, because like mine is not big enough for that. So it can be a little bit further that way. you're not feeling that pressure. So from here, on your inhale, lift that chest up, lengthen that spine, and on your exhale, begin to fold forward, placing your hands wherever you can on your left leg, eventually reaching for that left foot, and then releasing the head down to try to keep that neutral spine. And feel free to bend that left knee if your heart desires you to touch your foot. Bend your left knee. And breathe. On your inhale, slowly walk your hands to the back, bringing your chest back up. Place your legs out in front of you, both legs stretched. So here, we will stretch the other side, but first we're going to do Dandasana, so seated staff pose. If you're in the chair, just stay seated, legs, soles of your feet down on the ground. Everybody, roll your shoulders down and place your hands beside you. If your legs are straight out in front of you because you're sitting on the ground like I am, go ahead and flex your feet. So bring them towards your face, engaging your legs. And then everybody here, shoulders again are down, hands are next to you, that really good posture position. And then we're going to take our chin, extend it forward, and then take it as close as we can to that cool little notch right above your chest at the end of your neck. There's a name for it. I don't know the name, but that's where we're going. So we're looking down our midline, or our eyes are closed, but this is Dandasana, seated staff pose. And while you're here, just feel what it's like to be you today. Just take a moment. This is a pose that's a strong pose. You're engaging everything in your body. On your inhale, look up and release your arms. This time, keep your right leg straight and bring your left foot as far up onto your leg as you can. Again, you can place any props you need to under your legs to help that left knee, because we don't want any pressure on your left knee. Knees are not something that we want to injure, and if you do have an injury of the knee, we don't want to re-injure that. So if you feel any pain and even a little discomfort at any point, feel free to just back out of the pose. It's not worth an injury. You can always focus on your breath or do a pose that feels more comfortable and more adequate for your body today. So on our exhale, begin to walk the hands forward, placing them wherever you can on your right leg. And noticing the difference between both sides of your body, not passing judgment, appreciating your body for what it's able to do for you in this moment. On your inhale, look up. Exhale, slowly bring yourself back to an upright position, releasing your legs straight out in front of you. Rolling those ankles again. Feels pretty good to do that. All right, so we have been seated most of the practice. So now we're gonna make any way you can to come to a standing position, however you need to get there. Oh, and I'm not practicing with a mat today. I don't know if any of you noticed, because I left it outside. And so it's currently super wet, although it looks like I just left a hot bin flow. So we're standing, and hopefully you're standing with me. It's okay if you're not. Find that comfortable position that works for you. And as we're standing, let's just rock back and forth on our feet, maybe coming up onto your tippy toes, rolling your ankles out if that feels good and is accessible for you today. If not, that's okay. Just moving our body. Our hands can swing back and forth. And as this is happening, I want you to start just moving your hands from side to side. They can be big circles, they can be slow, they can be wide, up high. Nothing fancy. I feel like I'm trying to floss. Isn't that the dance move? Obviously, I'm not doing a very good job at it. Hopefully, y'all are laughing with me. It's okay if you're not. Keep breathing. All right, coming to not swinging our arms. So when I say coming to a still position, I don't want you to feel like that you have to stand completely still if that's not right for you today. When I say that, I'm more so meaning coming back to a neutral position where we're not throwing our arms everywhere or moving as much. But if still's not in your practice today, do not be still. Do what you need to do. All right, so let's do a sun salutation A. So be nice and slow. On your inhale, lift your arms up. Look at your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward with a flat back. Release your head down. I'm going to turn to the side here to show you something. Bend your knees as much as you need to here so that your head or that your chest rests on your thighs. And then you can release your head down completely. No tension in the neck. This can be your forward fold. And then eventually, if you would like to bring more of the back of your legs into the conversation, you can slowly start to straighten them. But that does not have to happen today. On your inhale, halfway lift. On your exhale, plant your hands on the ground. Step your right foot back, then your left leg. We're in plank here. Come down to your knees if you need to. Here. And then we're gonna lower down like we're doing a push-up. Inhale, lift your chest up for chatter, no upward facing dog. On your exhale, you can go into downward facing dog if that's part of your practice, or just stay on all fours. We won't stay here long. And then go back to that plank position. Step your right foot forward, then your left foot. Push into all parts of your feet and inhale. Bring your hands up over your head. Exhale, release your hands down. Okay. So a little bit slower version of sun salutation A. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale, arms up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward with a flat back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or float back. Knees can come down to the ground. Slowly lower to chaturanga or low push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog or all fours, and then slowly come back up to the plank. Step right foot forward, left foot forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, release your hands down. All right. Now, doing warrior one today. So, with your right foot, take a step back. We want a nice bend here in that left knee. So bending as much as we can. For warrior one, it is different than warrior two. Our right toes are going to be at a 45-degree angle-ish. Definitely not a math person, so if it's not 45 degrees, I'm sorry if I'm telling you wrong. But they're pointed to the side of the room, so not the front of the room or parallel. It's to the side, okay? Bend into that left knee. We want our knee over our ankle, so not in or out, nice and straight. And you can stay right here or add the arms in by inhaling, lifting your arms up, palms touch just like we did in the sun salutation A, looking at our thumbs. If lifting your arms does not feel comfortable, feel free to cross them over your chest or let them hang. Breathe. Exhale, release your hands down and step to the top of your mat. Shake it out or stay still, whichever your preference. All right. Now we're going to take that left foot, step it back. Again, left foot, and feel free to wiggle, like find that position that feels good. Maybe you need to take your legs a little bit, space them out a little bit more, but bend deep into that right leg. We're eventually getting our hips square to the front of the room, which means our left foot is pointing to a corner, not quite straight forward and not to the side. Bend deep into that right knee if you've stopped doing that. And then your hands either by your side, across your chest, or inhale, lift them up over your head. Breathe. Exhale, release your hands down, and inhale, go ahead and step to the top of your mat. You can shake it off or stand still. And wherever you're at, I'd like you to come to Tadasana, mountain pose. So here with mountain pose, it's a very strong pose. What we want to do, I'll start with the feet and slowly move up to the rest of the body. So your feet, spread your toes out wide, pushing into all parts of your feet evenly. And your feet can be a little bit like hip width distance apart, or your feet can be together, whichever one's more comfortable for you. Then we're going to engage our legs by lifting our kneecaps up, but we don't want to lift our kneecaps up so much that we walk out our legs. We want those nice and bent a little bit. Pushing into our feet, engage your core, and then roll your shoulders down your back. And you can keep your hands hanging by your side. You can have your palms facing forward, or if you would like, you can place your hands where your palms are touching one another and you're pushing in. If you are in what people call prayer position with your hands, make sure that this is an active engagement. So we're not just drooping our elbows down, having our hands apart or together, really pushing into one another, sending energy back and forth. Or just have your hands next to you. Our shoulders are still rolled down. Our gaze can be soft in front of us, or our eyes can be closed. The crown of your head reaching towards the ceiling. Connect with your breath here. Feeling what it's like to be you today. If your eyes are closed, slowly begin to blink them open. And we're gonna move to the floor, and we're gonna move in a really fun way. We're just gonna squat on down to the floor. Nothing fancy. Nothing fancy. Just wanted y'all to think that we were gonna do something crazy to get there. All right, so moving back to the floor or the seated position in the chair, edge of the couch or the edge of the bed, or if you've made it past the couch or the bed, wherever you're at, grab something to put under your set bones if that feels comfortable. If it doesn't, don't do it. We're going to do some of the stretches that we did this to start the practice. And the reason we're going to do that is we're going to kind of maybe notice some difference of our bodies after moving and moving a little differently. Maybe it feels like we can get a little deeper into the pose, or that tension that we were holding before we started has kind of, relaxed. Maybe it hasn't gone completely away, but we're just going to notice. Now, when I say notice, don't be mean to yourself. This is just to bring awareness to your body with no judgment. Again, just noticing, not criticizing, because we are wonderful however we showed up today. All right. Connect back with your breath. Shoulders are rolling down your back. Finding that good posture position. Eyes can be open or closed. Let's start by taking our chin towards the left side of the room. Moving our chin wherever we can to maybe find the same stretch as this morning, but you may not need the same stretch now. So whatever stretch you need, again, you can feel free to take your left hand, bring your awareness to the right side of your neck. Inhale, release your hand and bring your head towards the center of the room. Keep breathing. And then look towards the right side. Finding whatever stretch you need to here. On your inhale, come back to center. Place your right hand onto your left leg, coming back for that twist. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, switch sides. Left hand comes to the right leg. Breathe. On your inhale, look forward. Exhale, release. Adding those circles back in. Doesn't matter which side you start with because I will have you switch. Your body can come into the conversation. It doesn't have to. Whatever feels good. And switch sides. Coming back to a neutral position. So here I always like to give a few moments of you moving your body how you would like to. You can either go ahead, we're slowly wrapping it up. I'm done leading you in stretches or movements of the body. So I encourage you to find your final resting pose of class, which is called Shavasana. That can be done however you would like. You can stay seated like I am and like you have been. You can find yourself on the ground with your shoulders, back, set bones, and your legs laid out, palms up towards the ceiling or down, kind of like you would be sleeping. And it's okay if you take a nap during Shavasana. I sure have multiple times. Um, or if you feel like your body needs some more movement before you go into Shavasana, or sitting still in Shavasana is just not for you today, that is okay. I want you to move your body. I want you to listen to you. That's what I want you to do here. And if you would like to take a Shavasana, feel free to go ahead and move into that. I am going to stop talking to you for a little bit, for about 5 minutes. And so what I would like you to do, no matter where you're at, if you're moving your body, if you're laying down, if you're finding stillness in your practice, again, your practice, I want you to begin to allow your breath to rise and fall as it may. So let it become natural, a natural rhythm, not worrying about timing the inhales and the exhales. And then as thoughts pop into your mind, thank them for coming in and let them go. I want you to try to stay focused here with yourself. You showed up for an hour of practice time for you. You've carved it out, whatever that looks like. The craziness can stay. The dogs barking can bark. Just let it be for the next few minutes. And again, I'm going to go quiet. You might hear me drink my coffee. So feel free to just slowly start deepening your practice, your stillness, the movement or not. Slowly begin to bring awareness to your body. If you've drifted into stillness, begin to add movement back to the body and maybe wiggling your toes, your fingertips. If you're setting up, maybe swaying side to side. However you would like to do it, with your eyes closed or open, I invite you just to slowly come back to your little space. I don't want you to go much further than this little space that you've created yet. So just blinking the eyes open or keeping them closed. Move your body slowly and visually, making your way to a comfortable seated position. I am so honored to share space with you, even though our spaces look different right now. And I am able to do this because of the Virtue Center, and through the Virtue Center, we were able to receive the innovation grant through United Way of Norman. So that's how I am here holding space with you. And it is truly an honor of mine. So I would like to go ahead and wrap up the group and our time together by honoring our practice and each other. So the light and divine in me recognizes the light and divine in each of you. Namaste. And again, this was brought to you by an innovation grant through the United Way, through the Virtue Center. It's a true honor of mine, as always, to share space with you. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or anything you want to share with us, please feel free to do so. You can either call us, private message us, email us. We're here for you. And we're also still providing virtual services. So counseling services and other services are provided. If you or somebody you know needs us, we are here. We are ready to help. We are here to meet you where you are. So please reach out. And again, thank you so much for showing up, not for me, but for you today. Have a wonderful day and spread kindness around like confetti in a healthy way, CDC approved, of course. Thank you.